Welcome everyone to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing video. This time around we are taking a look at Speed Duel starter decks, Destiny Masters. Yes, decks, just like Ultimate Predators. These Speed Duel starter decks, what they actually do is they release multiple ones within one box, and it's basically decks, not deck. So the reason why they do this is because, as you know, Speed Duels require less cards in your deck. So they didn't want to make a box with just like 20 cards, you know, that'd be a little ridiculous. So if you have already purchased this before, one thing you would know about this particular one is that it actually feels a little heavier than most boxes because it actually has more cards in it and more stuff in it. If you take a look at the back here, I'm quickly going to show you here, it actually has three different ones. One from Yugi, one from Pegasus over here, and one from Ishizu. So for a total of 3 decks for 60 commons and 3 ultras, that's actually 63 cards. Plus 9 skill cards, so that's another 9 right there. 3 for each of these decks, which is actually really ridiculous in terms of how many cards you get. So you're looking at over 70 cards here, and usually decks have anywhere from 40 to 50. So that's why it weighs more. You can just easily feel it, you know. Anyway, as you can see right over here, first edition. So you know what? Let's get started. Alright, so this is a newer product, of course, because Speed Duels have actually not been around for that long. That's ultimately the reason why this one alongside, what are the other ones called? I think like Duels of Tomorrow, I believe, and then Ultimate Predators, are all relatively new products. Because again, Speed Duels is actually sort of a newer thing, you know? Alright, so there's actually, oh my god. What? Oh shoot, hold on. There we go, and that's it for that. That little thing there is just to hold the cards, but there's nothing left in there. That's the box. So there's a number of things, but I'm going to start with looking at this actually. So this here is the mat. Again, the playmats you get from these are actually a little bit unique because they are catering to Speed Duel rules. So you get your Field Zone, your Extra Day, your 3 main monsters, and your 3 spell and traps, and then your graveyard and deck, and that's it. That's literally it. On the back, you're able to see standard rules versus speed dueling, the differences between that, some basic stuff here, you know, in terms of how to like essentially duel, and then yeah, choose your skill wisely. Alright, and that's basically it. As you know, cards are only legal for speed dueling if they have the speed duel mark on them. Okay, that's it for that. Separate that. Let's see. Now we get our 3. So we get our, here's the Ishizu, here's the Yugi, and here's the Pegasus one. You also get this over here, which are your foils, basically. So let's go ahead and open these up first because I am actually curious about these. Let's do it. I mean, I'm sure you know what they are already, but you get 3 of them. Let's see what they are. The first one is Mimicat. So each one of these actually represents one of the 3 decks. Basically, this one here is, you know, for Pegasus. But let me just go ahead and quickly show it. Get your Mimicat there. Honestly, a very fun card to use. If you control Toon Whirl and a Toon Monster, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. If it is a monster, special summon it to your field, or if it is a spell trap, set it on your field. You can only activate 1 of these per turn, so hard ones per turn. So that's Mimicat representing Pegasus. The next one is the Golden Apples. Oh man. So the Golden Apples, actually I'm not even sure which one this one represents. What the hell? Golden Apples is a very interesting, intriguing card. Not really great, but definitely cool. Also, I like the name and the artwork. This is really funny to me, but yeah. So there's that one. I don't know who represents who because the last one, I know what the last one is. It's Shard of Greed. Yeah, so cool. That's a continuous spell card there. Each time you draw a card, if you're normal, drawing your draw phase, place 1 greed counter on this card. You can send this card with 2 or more greed counters in the graveyard to draw. So basically, it's a delayed Pot of Greed, which makes it much worse than Pot of Greed, to the point where it's not really played. But I mean, they always gotta find ways to, you know, find nerfed versions of Pot of Greed, you know. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll just keep this up there. That's fine. But I'm gonna start with this one actually, the Pegasus one. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, is there any way I can save this? Because these boxes are actually kind of cool, but no. You actually have to rip this little thing open. You have to like basically tear it all the way down like that, and then it gets open. It also shows you really quickly what the cards actually have there as well. Alright, and there we go. That's it for that. Let's go ahead and put that away. So here is the mini deck of Pegasus. So you start with your 3, I'm just going to go ahead and separate these 3 here. You get your 3 skill cards. It's a Toon Whirl, Mind Scan, and Millennium Eye. So it's a Toon Whirl basically says this card is treated as Toon Whirl, and for the activation condition, you simply look back here. At the start of the duel, place this card in your center spawn and flip it over. So at the start of the duel, flip. Basically, you start it with Toon Whirl, you know? You start a duel with Toon Whirl. Mind Scan was one of the more better skills early on. Once it focuses, please. Oh my god, there we go. If your life points is 3,000 or higher, activate the skill. You may look at your opponent's set spell and trap cards at any time. If your LP drops below 3,000, flip this card over. So, pretty cool. You get to basically use what the skill that Pegasus had, technically speaking. And the last one is Millennium Eye. Here we go. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because there's actually a lot to do in this video, because there are actually 3 of them. So we're going to take a look here. Let's see what cards are here. So we get Rogue Doll, Toon Alligator. You actually get 2 copies of Toon Alligator. You get 1 Paradragon, Dark Rabbit. I think those are all the vanillas. So from these, Toon Alligator sucks, but they do it for the theme, of course, of being Pegasus. Rogue Doll, that's cool. Paradragon and Dark Rabbit were cards that were, of course, played by Pegasus, which is why they're here, but they're not really particularly good cards. I'm not even sure if Paradragon had a printing before this. I really don't remember, but yeah, those are the 5 vanillas. For effects, you get 2 Toon Masked Sorcerers, you get Toon Mermaid, you get a Toon Summoned Skull, then you get a Black Illusion Ritual and a Relinquish, as you can see, so that's pretty cool, right? Then you get a Toon Table of Contents, that's always nice for searching. Toon Rollback, you get to attack twice with a Toon. You get 2 copies of Toon Whirl itself in addition to that skill card over there, so that's cool. Then you get your Yami and Sword of Deep Seated, kind of random thrown in there, but alright. So, basically here are the tunes that you get. Would have been nice to get maybe 1 more tune instead of 2 Toon Masked Sorcerers, but You get your Relinquish there, cool. You get your Toon Spells, plus I guess your Yami and Sword of Deep Seated. And then for traps, you get Toon Defense, Jar of Greed, and Wild Tornado. So, that's not bad, right? It's not bad at all. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for that one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one over here. The next one, as you may know, is actually... Oh, I guess I can just open it like that too. Whatever. Yeah. The next one is Ishizu. So I believe are there a few Gravekeepers in here? There might be. I'm not entirely sure. So here are your 3. They are pre-science? Really? What the hell? Okay. Then you get Gravekeeper's Lot and Millennium Necklace. Oh man. If your opponent's life points is more than twice your life points, activate the skill. You may look at a top card of both your and your opponent's deck at any time. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna put these over here on that side. Next one is Gravekeeper's Lot. If you lose 1800 or more life points, you can activate the skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for a Gravekeeper's card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do, flip the skill. Okay. Cool. And then the last one is the Necklace. And it says, at the start of your opponent's turn, before they draw, you may look at the top 3 cards of their deck and rearrange them in any order. This card can only be used once per duel. A little lackluster, you know, but alright. So let's go ahead and get our cards now. So here we go. Gravekeeper's Curse, one of the weaker Gravekeepers for sure, stat-wise and effect-wise, although I guess it's a little better in Duel Links and Speed Duels because 500 damage is a lot more than in regular duels. Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier, that's some piercing right there. Basil, that's one of the weaker ones for sure as well. Gravekeeper's Chief, Gravekeeper's Cannon Holder for tributing, Assailant, lackluster effect for the most part, and you get Priestess, okay. That one's not bad. Basically, it's the field is treated as Necro Valley. Yeah. And you get Gravekeeper's Recruiter. This is one of the best Gravekeepers to ever come out. Essentially, it's a Witch of the Black Forest, but for Gravekeepers. The Gravekeeper's Shaman. Okay, that's a powerful effect there. And Oracle, and the Cat of Ill Omen. So that's a lot of monsters. There's actually no vanillas in this one, which makes it just that much better. You know, you always want to avoid vanillas, even in speed duels, because vanillas themselves are not exactly going to be your most ideal situation, you know? Next one is a Gravekeeper Steel. This is a great one right here. I had 2 Gravekeepers. From your graveyard to your hand, and it cannot be negated by Necro Valley. Hidden Temples of Necro Valley. Okay, cool. And then Sebek's Blessing, Blast held by a Tribute, Rite of Spirit, and the Eye of Truth. Also, is there really no Necro Valley? Huh. That's interesting. That is very intriguing. Whoa. Alright, well that's it for that one. Gonna move on to the last one now. So, this last one, that's what it entails. So here are the three, of course. Power of the Dark, or Power of Dark, Destiny Draw, and Final Draw. So these two are really cool. This is basically just a Yami on the field, so that's, you know, that's cool, I guess. Destiny Draw. If you lose 2,000 more life points, you can activate the skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for any card revealed to your opponent, add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do that, flip this card over. Okay. And then the last one is Final Draw. Activated during your main phase. Once per turn during your turn, you may place a counter on the skill. If it has 3 or more counters, when you withdraw a card, you may search your deck for any card and add it to your hand. Instead, at the end of the turn you use the skill, you lose a duel. So like you gotta go out on that turn, you know, and win that turn. So it's crazy. Alright, so over here we got obviously the iconic Dark Magician first of all. Then we got Feral Imp. Why did they give 2 Rogue Dolls plus another one? That's 3 Rogue Dolls in this. That's not very, I don't know. So these are your vanillas. That's basically it for that. Then you get your Toon Dark Magician Girl, Legion, the Fiend Jester, the Stern Mystic, Double Costing, good for those tributes, and Blue Dragon Summoner. So these are the effect monsters for Yugi, and this is actually another good one for well, that's actually a good card for Speed Duels in general. Thousand Knives, Sage's Stone, Dark Magic Attack, Ryoku, Tribute Doll, and Wonder One. Really good stuff here, especially for Speed Duels. I mean, good Dark Magician support in general, being Sage's Stone, Dark Magic Attack, and I guess this one too, but there could be better ones. Wonder One is always interesting. Essentially, you get to draw 2 cards if you send 2 cards, so you don't go plus, but it does give you more draw power, you know, so that's cool. Then there's Light Force Sword, Magician Circle, Magic Jammer, and 7 Tools of the Bandit. Good negates, of course, to have. Magician Circle is not bad, but, you know, it's a starter deck. They're not going to give you the most amazing cards, of course. So yeah, that is basically it for this entire set. As you can see, there's a little over 70 cards here, because you get 60 commons plus 3 ultras, that's 63, plus the 9 if you count the skill cards, that's plus 9. So I believe that's actually 72 cards if I counted right. 72. And the value is basically the same, you know, you get more cards at that value of approximately 10 to 11 bucks to get one of these nowadays. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you have not done so already, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye bye everyone, have a great and a fantastic day.